Eggplant marinara. Doesn't start with the eggplant, starts with the marinara sauce. So we'll put that to one side and we'll do the marinara sauce. Okay. So to make the marinara sauce, we've got whole plum tomatoes. These are Italian plum tomatoes. We've got some olives, a bit of chili, garlic, onions, and then to top it off, we're going to add the parmesan and fresh buffalo mozzarella. This is local fresh buffalo mozzarella, so it makes a huge difference. We're going to need olive oil. We want quite a lot of olive oil. Enough to coat the bottom of the pan, basically. Then garlic. Okay. About 6 big cloves should be enough. What we're going to do, just slightly crush them, okay? Slightly crush them, then they'll go in. Onion, finely diced. Now what we're going to do, we've got a jalapeno. Take the top off. If you don't want it too spicy, take out the center. I'm going to do half with seeds, half without. How would you say that? So the olives we're using are Selecnola olives. Crush them, take out the pit. If you don't like olives, don't add olives. We've chopped our chili, onions are ready, the olives, just a rough chop. If anyone doesn't like them, they can take it out after you've cooked it. Leave them in while you're cooking them. Try and convert them into liking olives, that's the best way. Okay. Right, our garlic is basically there. We've got the flavour we want out of it. It's starting to turn golden, which indicates to me that it's ready for the next bit. So, still on the same heat, we're going to fry off the onions. Now we're going to add in the chili. And then we're going to add in the olives. So they all go in. We're going to let these cook off for a couple of minutes. Right. Now, tomatoes. What we're going to do is we're going to crush the tomatoes by hand. We want some chunks because it gives texture to the sauce. Okay, so with these, try not to squeeze it all over yourself, but we're just going to crush them. Just like that. Nicely bubbling, it's not burning, it's just lightly frying. Start adding in the tomato. Don't worry about the amount of oil in there. The Italians are still alive, so they must know a couple of things about it. Right. Salt it quite heavily, because tomatoes love salt. Right. Give it a quick stir, and then we're going to let this simmer for about, the longer you can, the better. If you've got half an hour, it'll be fine in half an hour. If you've got an hour, it's going to be much better. If you've got 3 hours, okay, it's going to need a bit more salt and a good hit of pepper. Then we're going to take it off the heat. And it's ready to serve. Perfect. Alright, so now we're getting down to the eggplant. What we need to do, take off the top of the eggplant. Throw away all the rubbish. Take the bottom off. We're using a small dish, this will be enough for 2 people. Our eggplant is slightly longer than the dish, so we're going to cut the eggplant in half. We need to peel it. So just quickly, there we go. So that's the sort of size we're looking for, half a cm. So once we've sliced it up, we're going to lay it down on some kitchen towel. Hear it. So we've got all our slices, we're going to lay them down on the kitchen towel and then we're going to salt them. We're going to salt them for around 10 minutes to draw out some of the moisture. When we fry them, they'll get more golden brown, more tasty. We won't need to season at the end because they're already seasoned. So we've salted the eggplants. Now we just need to chuck them in the bowl quickly. We want to make sure every side's coated. Give them a quick mix. I can already feel that the moisture is already coming out. Right, back onto the tray. We're going to leave that for 10 minutes and we'll come back to it. It's time to pat them dry. You'll be able to see all the moisture that's coming out of these. There you go. See how much moisture has come out from the eggplants. So by patting them, it's also going to take off a lot of the excess salt. It's these little details that will make a big difference in the finish of the dish. The first time I made this dish was with my mum in Scotland. One of the most memorable dinners I ever had. Because it was just, number one, with my mum, I don't get to see her very often. Number two, it was just, I'd been wanting to make this dish for so long. And she was helping me to do the cooking. It was just one of those, you'll never get back one of those memories. Now the eggplant is dried, we're going to fry them. We're going to fry these eggplants once. After that, we're going to put them on the kitchen towel, drain off the excess oil. Then we're going to dip them in an egg and parmesan batter and refry them. So let's turn the oven on. So we just turn the oven on. The oven's on 180 and it's good to go. We're going to need 2 eggs roughly. Parmesan cheese. Good sprinkle of that. Okay, so that's ready to go. So we're just frying the eggplants on a medium-high heat. Take some of the rawness out. See the edges are starting to go golden. parmesan batter. Take this and then we're going to fry it off. Same temperature, just for a couple of minutes to set the crust. Careful, some of them could be fucking hot. Not sponsored. We just want a nice quick coat and then drop it into the oil. We flip it over, nice and golden, crispy. The egg's cooked, the parmesan's melted. Drain off as much of the oil as you can before it goes onto the paper. When we first started, you can see that the eggplant was very firm. Now it's very soft. Put them into the oil, make sure you put them towards the cameraman so he gets hurt, not you. If you don't have enough egg mixture, it's very simple. Add one more egg, parmesan. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use some of our delicious marinara sauce. Don't use the big chunks of garlic unless you want to give someone a nice surprise. So, bit of sauce in the bottom. Okay. Then we take our eggplant, just layer that up. Okay, then we're going to take good smattering of parmesan, and then we do another 2 layers of sauce. Crisscross. So you do one horizontally, the other one vertically. Alright, so we just added the last little bit of cheese, and then we're going to chuck this in the oven for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes at 180. Just keep an eye on the top, make sure it doesn't get too burnt, and we'll see you when it's finished. This is the lasagna after half an hour. What we're going to do is we're going to let it cool down for another 30 minutes and then it's ready to cut. It's had half an hour, it's been resting, it's cool to the touch. So pick it up. It's still warm. Let's cut into it. So this is eggplant marinara. We're going to chuck over a little bit more parm, and then we're going to rip. Do you want to take this? So then we're going to rip open some of the buffalo mozzarella. See, we've got some layers in there. Yep, we've got the layers. The eggplant makes it so creamy. You've got the parmesan. It's nice. It's just nicely there. You get a little bit of the burnt egg on top. It's a fantastic dish. Then with that fresh buffalo mozzarella.